Welcome back, everyone. Let's continue with the allegations of corruption brought by Senator Misau of Bauchi State. He's the chairman of Senate Committee on Navy and the Public Relations Officer of the Nigerian Police Force, Mr. Moshood Jimo, has also been talking to us on this program. Thank you so much, gentlemen. And let me allow allow you to quickly respond to what he said before we come into the issue. These are just preliminary issues. We come to the issues of the corruption that you raised, the allegations of corruption. But you did say, because the little that I know about public service is when you apply, of course, when you send a letter, there is an acknowledgement that you sent a letter. But officially, your retirement must be acknowledged before you can proceed. Even when you are going on leave, your leave must be acknowledged before you go on. Did that acknowledgement come from the PRC before you proceed? That is the police commission.
What you know, when you are going for retirement as a police officer, voluntary retirement, what you are supposed to do is just to apply the first thing. Because the law says if you want to go without paying anything, you right to give 3 months notice. And if you want to go immediately, what you need to do by law is to pay 1 month in lieu of notice. And immediately you make your application, that stamp, if they stamp it as they receive it, you have already disengaged because you have already paid 1 month in lieu of notice. That is standard everywhere. And I'm surprised the person, the first PPRO is saying, I'm still a police officer.
Are you aware that you have been declared a deserter of the Nigerian Police Force?
I'm just reading it on social media, and I'm surprised. If police, just 2 weeks ago, the IG was invited by the Senate to come and explain the reason why there is so much kidnapping between Abuja and Kaduna. The IG got scared that he doesn't want to come to the Senate. He called me through Professor Usuji. The IG spoke to me that I should go and tell the Senate President he doesn't want to go, that they will humiliate him. I talked to the Senate President. After talking to the Senate President said I should meet the Senate leader. I met the Senate leader who is to chair that meeting. And the Senate leader said, no. That what we need is just explanation. Convince the IG to come. That the IG said I should tell them that he doesn't want to come. And I said, oh, this, and then the Senate leader said, no, he must come.
Did he appear?
He came, and when the IG came, I was even in the meeting with the IG, and I've been writing letters to IG, even on.
But does that take away the fact that they've declared you a deserter?
What I'm saying is, I'm trying to prove a point. If I'm a deserter, when did they know that I've not retired properly?
Let me ask you. Excuse me. Just a moment, because you have. Just a moment.
You allow me to talk.
Mr. Jimo. When did you realize that he's a deserter?
Thank you so much. I deserted the force since 2010. And like I said earlier on, 2010 to 2011 is like a year. He deserted the force. He has a pending disciplinary matter, which he didn't attend to. Because even if you are going to go on normal retirement, if you have pending disciplinary matter, the police will not allow you to
understand go. There are 2 disciplinary matters that is to face.
It's more than 2. First of all, before I come to the letter he has paraded, let me show you some certain things. Because it is important for people to know. This is a signal for everybody to know. When he was deployed to go on course, JCC in Police Staff College, he refused to proceed on course. He was queried for that. Then subsequently, he was transferred. He was transferred to Niger State Police Command in 2000. And everybody is therefore on the 24th September 2010. He refused to proceed. That became under query. So he was queried and he has pending disciplinary matter. So in this process, after this period, he went in.
So where has the police taken this step against him at that time?
Yeah, there's no any time limit in dealing with desertion.
Now, talking about when he did not show up for the training.
He didn't show up for the course, then he was being looked for as a deserter. And it is in that process he went and contested for an election. Because the letter is, this is a copy of the letter, which read 2014. And he contested for an election in 2011, general election. His name was even the first among the consensus in Bauchi State under the ACN. Then police were still looking for him. Suddenly to emerge with letter, with this letter. And for everybody that's looking at this letter is dated 5th of March 2014. And there's a forwarding instruction to the Inspector General of Police Service Commission, because this letter is suspected to be forged. It's suspiciously forged. And police have started investigation.
That's a criminal offense.
It's a criminal letter to forge. Let me finish, gentlemen. Let me finish. While you are talking.
This is what I have.
That is what
I'm saying.
Mr. Jima,
you asked me.
Okay. No. Please,
Senator, if you allow him to land.
If his claim is not the same letter he's having, what do you have below here? He acknowledged this letter. Original copy collected by me, DCP Ama Isa.
That's not me.
No. And that's what you acknowledge. This is what you acknowledge.
This document.
This is another impersonation.
This is my document.
Which we are doing.
So the
document is parading, is suspected. Right.
And how can you?
No, to be forged.
Senator, if you allow him, Senator, just a moment, allow him, please. Yeah, go ahead, please.
This is where he acknowledged fraudulently. This is the letter we could trace in the first chapter. Now, let me even see what. No, you didn't give me your own. I will give it to Okimba to verify.
Why you said I acknowledge?
Please, Senator, if you allow him.
So he acknowledged this letter. But the point we are trying to make is that you cannot desert the force in 2010, went and contested for election in 2011, and come back in 2014 with a retirement letter, which is that backdating your retirement to 2010.
About 3 or 4 years later.
4 years, clearly 4 years later. If you have pending disciplinary matter, you must go and answer to pending disciplinary matter. That's why we issued a statement calling on the Senate Ethics and Privilege Committee to prevail on him to dress up in police uniform, because it's a deserted deputy superintendent of police, and come and attend to the pending disciplinary matter.
Okay, when someone deserts the force, for example, because I'm a bit worried when you said the police was looking for him, but the police force know that he contested the election, and he's in the Senate.
Let me let you know now, and you need to find out from him. From the police records, what you have as what we know him for is DSP force number, AP number 57300, DSP Mohammed Isa Ama. And if you look at the name he filled before coming here, it's different from this name.
What is the name?
So it takes time to be able to...
even surprised.
Senator, if you allow him, please, I will allow you to.
Yes, the name we know him with is DSP Mohammed Isa Ama. But the name you have as a senator is different, and that's what prompted the investigation. From
okay.
The IG, I want to make one statement before we go further. The IG on issue of Kaduna Abuja Road, the IG never called him on this matter. The IG have never spoken with him.
Were you there when he...
Yes, I was there at the Senate.
When the call was made to...
No. That's a wrong accusation. Why would the Inspector General of Police...
Okay, let me even give you...
No, Senator, hold on, because I'm coming to you now.
The Senate Committee on Police Affairs deal with issues that have to do with the Senate.
Okay.
And the police, the relationship between the police and the Senate, they deal with the matter.
Let's allow Senator to... Let's allow him to...
Get my point. He is not involved at all whatsoever. So my IG did not call him.
Okay.
And from the start, his allegation against the IG is that IG is pocketing 10 billion naira on monthly basis. But when he come here, he said the police. Okay. And I want him to tell us, when he was posted as ADC to the Minister of FCT, that's Aliyu Modibo for the first time, how much bribe did he pay to be posted? When he was posted, when he continued the sojourn to be ADC to the Senator Adamu Alero, who is in the Senate now, how much bribe did he pay?
Okay.
And when he was equally posted, when he continued with Senator Bala Muhammad as ADC, how much bribe did he pay? So it's quite unfortunate that people will make a wide allegation, and when it's done to prove it, they couldn't prove it. So as it stands, this letter, in addition to this letter was fraudulently obtained within 6 working days. And we have investigated so far and discovered that even the minute of the chairman of Police Service Commission on the eventual letter where the smuggle...
Because I want us to round up this so that we can go into the issue of corruption.
The directive from the chairman of Police Service Commission came on the 6th of March 2014.
Okay.
And this letter, so that means you must have gotten the letter before even directing for you.
Senator, straight on, tell us, as it stands